A black cat insisted that the mother go to her baby's room. This is what she found.
But before we start, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an upload from us. Also, leave a like right now.
This couple, Ray and Anita, had always dreamt of starting a big family after getting married. They got busy, so to speak, and quickly learned that Anita had fallen pregnant. It was a joyous occasion, but alas, fate had decided otherwise. It turns out that Ray and Anita haven't yet been able to experience parenthood as they would have liked. Despite Anita falling pregnant a total of 3 times and being taken care of in the hospital for a large duration of all 3 pregnancies, all 3 of the children came out tragically stillborn. After the death of their 3rd son, they thought their fate was to never be able to experience the joy of children, so they decided to stop trying. They put aside their desire to start a family and their dreams. The couple essentially gave up, but as they did so, fate suddenly decided to give them a gift. When they were least expecting it, Anita found out that she was pregnant for a 4th time. For a long time, both Anita and Ray were terrified because of the extreme loss that they felt after every single child from the first 3 times. Anita didn't want to experience that again. Not only that, but the fear of losing the child every second was starting to get to her. But Ray convinced Anita that everything would be fine. He believed that it would be, and it was probably his faith in his belief that eventually led to Anita birthing a healthy and beautiful girl named Bernice. For Ray and Anita, the daughter became their life's meaning. They put most of their plans and lives aside to focus on and spend more time with their adorable little girl. They weren't superstitious or strong believers, but after receiving this joy, they felt that all the good that happened to them must have been through the black cat that appeared in their house a few months before Bernice's birth. You see, just before Anita found out she was pregnant, she brought a little black cat into their house. She'd found it abandoned in the street and felt sorry for it being left there in danger. So she took it in, and together with Ray, they decided to keep the little black kitty. After the cat appeared in their home, the couple started living a better life. And after that, Anita gave birth to Bernice without any complications. As said before, the couple wanted to spend all their free time with their daughter, even if they weren't near her. So they installed a baby monitor in her room connected to theirs, so they'd always be able to keep track of her in case something happened to her. Their fear of losing their previous children was still resonating in them. But it wasn't the camera that alerted them of the hidden danger in the room, but their cat. Midnight, this cat that Ray and Anita had taken in and gotten close to, was the one who did something nearly unbelievable to save their daughter. You see, when Bernice turned 6 weeks old, she fell very ill. Ray and Anita took her to the doctor, terrified that something was going to happen, but found out it was just a cold. The couple returned home with Bernice, being told that it would pass and it was completely normal. Anita went to the kitchen to get something to eat and welcomed her parents as they dropped in for a surprise visit. 5 minutes later, Midnight started getting really touchy and needy around Anita, rubbing up all over her legs and even jumping up at her a few times, then leaving towards Bernice's room. A bit later, they heard a horrible noise coming from the baby monitor. Shocked and worried, they ran into Bernice's room, encountering a horrible sight. Bernice was choking with her skin already turned blue. Anita ran up to her and took her into her arms, shouting for Ray. They rushed to the hospital in his car and ran in. The doctors managed to save their daughter on time, and it turned out that the cold had been a serious viral infection that had gotten to her lungs. Baby Bernice had breathing problems and could have died, but her fate changed thanks to Midnight the cat. If the cat hadn't acted strangely and yowled like the alarm, Anita may not have noticed it in time to save her daughter. Their cat saved the daughter, but also Ray and Anita. No one knows what would have happened to the parents if they lost their miracle daughter after all of their hardships. Bernice stayed in the hospital for a few more weeks before being released with a clean bill of health. She returned home to the protective care of Midnight, her guardian angel. As she grew up, her parents eventually told her about the event. She was surprised but admits that without Midnight by her side, she wouldn't have survived. Eventually, the story spread and Anita and Ray were invited to TV interviews. They told the world in great detail how their miracle pet Midnight had saved their daughter Bernice. The story went national, international, and straight up viral. The cat lived in the family home for the rest of its life. At the age of 14, he passed away peacefully, surrounded by loving and grateful family. He's buried in their garden with a proper tombstone and memorial, and Midnight will remain in their hearts and memory forever. And maybe that goes for the people who listen to this story too. Angels don't always have wings. Sometimes they have hair, whiskers, and walk on 4 legs. Unfortunately, they often go underappreciated and many don't even know how to start. If you have the capacity and ability, adopt or rescue a stray cat from your neighborhood. They'll pay you back for it 100 times over. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our latest uploads.